I am Luna, the so-so homeschooler. I invite you to come in and check out my box opening day. Now, this is not the setup I totally planned on having, not the hair I planned on having. We just got back from family camp, but this box was here waiting for me, and I'm like a kid on Christmas, and I want to just get it open. So why am I doing a Bookshark unboxing when plenty of other people have done it? Well, one, I found them very helpful when I was researching curriculum for my daughter. So I wanted to give that to you. I'm also not receiving this for free in order to give my opinion because Bookshark doesn't even know who I am. Third, I think this is unique because I didn't just get the history and the read alouds. I bought the Bookshark All-Subject package. So I'm excited to share the whole thing with you and why I chose that. Let's see. Ready to open it up? Packaging's lifted. Instructor binder with the numbers for the weeks. It's a 36-week, 4-day-a-week program. Vis-a-vis pens, love these when I was teaching. I don't have an overhead projector, but then who does anymore? So we'll use these for other things. Bookshark bag. All right, so all subject package includes science. So we have Inquisikids, Discover and Do, Level 4. So I picked Level 4 for my daughter. Now, when you go to the website, it's really tempting to say, well, my daughter's going into 6th grade, so she should be at a Level 6. And she even would be doing ancient history if she were going into a traditional 6th grade class. But the school she was at before was Montessori, and they had 4th, 5th, 6th graders all together, and they would rotate the social studies. So she's actually already gone over ancient history. And I love U.S. history so much. We started homeschooling in the middle of last year when she was in 5th grade, and she wasn't doing 5th grade history. So we started 5th grade history halfway through the year and didn't get to finish. So Level 4 was perfect because it's the second part of U.S. history after Level 3. And that's why I chose Level 4. This science, kind of the same thing, where the Level 6 science wasn't necessarily where she was at. I think she would like this a lot more. And science is not my best subject to teach, so I'm excited about this. Light and color. Because it's U.S. history, we have the We Sings CD with different patriotic songs. A laminated world map with the U.S. history. And the reason that it doesn't have anything written on it is because we use these in the lessons. Geography is included with the history. Why did I pick Bookshark? I love reading and novels, and I think it's one of the best ways to learn. And I kept finding myself last year wanting to get novels that went with the U.S. history, but it wasn't fitting into our timeline because we had these textbooks we had to get through. So I looked into literature-based homeschooling and found Bookshark on my journey and felt that they did a great job picking out quality books that go with the time period that we're learning. Turn Homeward, Hannah-Lee by Patricia Beatty. Freedom Train, the story of Harriet Tubman. Thomas Alva Edison, inventor, The Wizard of Menlo Park. If you hear meowing, it's my cat. I'm sure he'll show up in the video at some point too. Hero Over Here, a story of World War I. Sing Down the Moon, good classic. Old Yeller, she's seen the movie. She's not excited about the end of this book, but we'll get through it anyway. Then, Thimble Summer. All of a Kind Family by Sydney Taylor. Helen Keller. We talk about Helen Keller a lot, but we haven't done a study on her, so I'm excited about that. The Wright brothers, which is exciting because we just spent time at the Smithsonian and got to learn about them there. Across 5 Aprils about the Civil War and this boy's journey. That is 5 different Aprils through that time period. The Perilous Road. If you notice, a lot of these have Newbery Award winning on it. From the Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Frank Weiler, and as much as I taught school, I've never read this book, and I know it's classic. Moccasin Trail. Great Wheel. Looks like we're getting into fair, and again, Newbery medal here. Miracles on Maple Hill. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, when I taught 5th grade. Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. Love it. The Great Horn Spoon. Sid Fleischman. The Great Turkey Walk. A Letter to Mrs. Roosevelt. Caddy Woodlawn, another award. Who Was Alexander Graham Bell. Love the Who Was books. Diary of an Early American Boy. In the Year of the Boar and Jackie Robinson. I'm such a huge sports fan that I'm excited about that. Shades of Grey. Gary Paulson, amazing author, and this is Lawn Boy. It's short. Hi, kitty. The 17th Swap. Gone Away Lake. Plain Girl. Little Britches. William Wilberforce, Britain's Great Emancipator. So it'll be interesting to hear about emancipation, not from the United States, but from another country. Here is our box of science experiments. So we have supplies in here. This is Armani. He's our 3-legged cat. He talks a lot. So we have equipment in here for doing different experiments. I know we're working with magnets this year, electricity. The Oxford Illustrated Book of American Children's Poems. So getting some poetry in there. Okay. To some of the other subjects. I chose teaching textbooks for her math program. There were several different math programs you can choose from the all-subject for Bookshark. And all 3 were great for different reasons. And I would find myself being set on a certain one, and then I'd think about it again, and I would change my mind. The reasons that I didn't go with the other 2, Matthew C. looked awesome. From what I understand, they go really in depth on certain topics of math for an entire year. And by the time you're done with 4 or 5 years of that curriculum, you got really in depth on everything. We don't know if we're going to be homeschooling more than 5th grade last year, 6th grade this year. She might go into a regular school for junior high. And I wanted to make sure she was getting a little bit of everything. I heard great things about teaching textbooks. Some of the downsides that people were concerned about was the challenge level to it. Some were saying it was too easy. It's done on the computer and it's done independently, which as much as I miss doing that teaching with her, math is probably my second weakest subject, and so it's okay that the computer program is teaching her. There are teachers that are doing that, and they do a lot of practice, and they go over things again, and you can see all of those results and how many times they've tried a problem, gotten it wrong, and done it over again, all through the computer program. But she likes working on the computer, and she likes doing that independently. So it was something for me to let go of. And to address the problem of things being too easy, on their website, they have an assessment that you can have your student take, and it'll tell you what level they will start with math. So with Bookshark and with teaching textbooks, let go of grade level being the same as their level. Find what works where your student currently works. So I had her take the assessment, and even though she's going to 6th grade, she's doing level 7 for math. That's how I addressed that problem. Spelling UC. So they have levels for this. And it's a great practice in printing as well as spelling. So I grabbed a hold of this. I love that it has U.S. history in it. There are 2 different levels. I think level D has U.S. history, and then level E is the American spirit. I had her take an assessment. Spelling is not her strongest suit normally anyway, but she tested out at the level E, so that's what I got for her. And that's part of the all-subject package that you get. So, reading all of these books, you're double dipping in your history and your language arts. There's also history text that goes with it. So this is the Smithsonian Children's Encyclopedia of American History. Great pictures, text. I'm looking forward to digging into that. So I'm doing the language arts that goes with Bookshark. They give you an instructor's manual that goes with it. They also they suggest that in one of the years that you do the upper elementary, you do a grammar program that they offer. So I bought that as a supplement as well, and it's called Grammar Ace. That's the student workbook and the instructor's manual. Language Arts Instructor's Manual. This will be taken apart and put into that binder. Here's the Science Instructor's Manual, Electricity, Magnetism, and Astronomy. So what I'll probably do is have the first week, it'll have this first week behind that tab. This will be behind the tab in the first week as well. So I have each week all under one number. The Landmark History of the American People, from Charleston to the Moon. And great pictures, timeline, and text. Magnetism for science. Electricity for science. These are 20 structured activities using simple things. So these are activity sheets. To do your experiments with. Timeline. I'm big on timelines to give a visual idea. A lot of people really think U.S. history was all squished into one, but it's not 200 plus years old. It's 400, 500, for the history that we study. And so this is a timeline, and then they have figures that you paste into the timeline. So they have an idea of who came when, how far apart they were. This is the workbook that goes with teaching textbooks, but that's if you are hand and paper kind of person. But like I said, you can do everything on the computer. Electricity and magnetism. The Instructor's Guide for American History. These are the figures that go onto the timeline. So as you study them, they get put on the timeline. I'll probably have my timeline actually on a wall instead of just in the book. And finally, Usborne. Love Usborne books. The Mysteries and Marvels of Science with internet links. Colorful, descriptive. The Usborne Book of Astronomy and Space. I know I'm doing this backwards. I should probably be flipping it the other way. We are very visual, so colors and pictures really help us a lot. The Usborne Complete Book of the Microscope. And back to history, more of a textbook, The World of Wars. Again, color with the text. Great pictures. So that's everything that came in our Bookshark All-Subject package. So here is an overview of everything. Language arts, all the books there, and of course they go in with the history. I put the biographies in the middle. History, encyclopedia and timeline, map, math or teaching textbooks, spelling, spelling you see, and then our science over here. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll answer them. Thank you so much.